Hello and welcome to the Shielded Prepper. Today we're doing a walkabout on the property. I tend to do this from a security standpoint, weekly, monthly. I do this so that I build a frame of reference for what this property looks like. Here's how I'll connect it. Mothers, those of you that raise children, we know that when we have kids, and for you dads out there also will resonate with this, when our children are babies, we inspect them. We know all of their cracks and crevices and birthmarks and scratches and the way their toes bend. We should also know this about our homes, and the security on our properties is an important thing. Right now, we are in the wet, not a whole lot of life, greenery in Washington, and we're a really green state. And right now, on our property, we've been preparing little by little for the summertime because we have lots of projects. There's more and more reason why all of us should be paying special attention to the security of our homes. Now, many of you may not have property. Many of you may have property. And sometimes owning property can be problematic. It requires a lot more effort. And for those that own property that they take care of, you know what I'm talking about. Fence posts and fencing is a big part of it, yet also mowing and water and power and how you're harvesting and where your garden's at, where your best spots on the property are to grow all those things. Well, that being said, as you prepare and as you become more aware of your home, you start to know it like the back of your hand. I had kind of a interesting thing happen a couple weeks ago. We live next to a treed property that's next to us. This isn't my land. We just get to enjoy it. And on this property, we get a lot of wildlife. And there was a time when we saw somebody. We saw somebody in the woods, and no one's ever out here. Like, oftentimes it's a very quiet piece of property. So you can imagine when I'm doing just a property walk, sometimes I do it on my tractor. Sometimes, I do it on foot. Sometimes I do it on the dirt bike, one of my kids' dirt bikes. And I'm very aware and highly aware, and I encourage you to be the same. Preparedness is at the root of it connected to safety, isn't it? That's why we invest in food. That's why we invest in water, different security measures, how to heat our homes if the power goes out, how to power them if the power goes out. All of you know what's going on. Yet I came through and I saw somebody in the woods, and this is tucked back quite far, so this isn't just a easy jaunt. And come to find out, it was the tenants from next door. And I was on my tractor, and I have to be honest, I have sometimes when serious mode has to be turned on, I've got a switch. And that switch can get rather aggressive, yet not rude, just aggressive. I had to ensure that our next door neighbor, after I've met, knew who I was and knew that I don't mess around and that it's serious when you encroach on people's property lines, especially if you don't know them. Well, long story short, everything worked out. Yet I can tell you this, if that ever happened and that wasn't a new tenant or neighbor, that would have been an unnerving situation. So much so that I've made some commitments to my family to ensure that I carry protection with me when I'm out on the property. Because we just don't know, do we? I enjoy that, though. I enjoy knowing the property. Just like we enjoy knowing the way our kids look and the way that they're growing up and how they're changing. Our properties are the same way. And making sure that you walk the perimeters and know that stuff is important. All that to be said, having land offers a special benefit and a blessing. And one of those, I know I mentioned it in another YouTube, is space. Space to put things. I know you can't really see it because it's blurred out in the background. Yet, we're going to be processing firewood this summer. And there's a lot. And the reason why I'm posting this is that I've been avoiding this conversation because I know it has to happen. That being said, we're going to be doing that together. We're going to be processing firewood this summer. We're going to be putting it away. It's been seasoning. As we move closer and closer to a time where the possibility of having regular power outages, low water supply, not having multiple ways to heat our home if the power goes out, or some other way, or maybe you can't find replacement parts to fix your gas furnace. What should you be putting away now that's going to help you and your family truly be blessed? All that to say is that by showing you these things, all I'm looking to achieve is that you ensure that you understand how important they are. They really are important. I'm going to be doing some shorts. You'll see all these wood chips. See all this mulch? This was all free. I'm building some soil here. So underneath here, we're building some soil. It's beautiful too. Y'all, it's wet, but I mean, this is Northwest soil. So there's a lot of pine needles and all the carbon is in there. It's breaking down, and I'll rotate that and I'll add some more straw and leaves and things to improve it, because we also understand that gardening is going to be an important part of our lives. And we choose that with or without an SHTF situation. We choose that so that we understand today what it would require in the future if it had to happen. How to grow plants from seeds. How to prepare raised beds like you can see back here. How to prepare gardens that are on the ground. How to use greenhouses. Greenhouses. They're awesome, by the way. And they don't have to be a full greenhouse. You can literally have plastic or Coke bottles to create that greenhouse effect. So I encourage you this year, this may not be a big year for SHTF. We have a lot going on. And if it was, you're going to be quite thankful that you went out and prepared seeds, maybe vessels to put it in, maybe purchase some fertilizer. I know some people say, well, I'd make my own fertilizer, or I'd do this. Yeah, and there are things that if you added them would really help improve your overall harvest, right? Right. Today is one more day closer, or one more opportunity for us to improve. Please find new, interesting, exciting ways to improve the safety and the well-being of your family. We do not know when or how some of these things may come about. Let's walk back around, shall we? I enjoy doing this. Two birds with one stone. I get to talk to you, and I get to walk my property. See this stuff here? This is all beautiful, fresh mulch. And there's probably, 30 yards of it or so. Something like that here. Huge trucks. Gets dropped off for free. Isn't that cool? If you're wondering, getchipdrop.com. I'll put it in the description. It's a great way, one, to help arborists. In fact, the gentleman that dropped off some yesterday, they come unannounced. You have to take everything. You have to tell them where to drop it, because they'll come when you're not home, because sometimes they just got to dump it. And sometimes they got a lot. Well, I love that, because inside of it, sometimes you can request logs. Look here. You can request logs. You can request chips. You can request chips with logs, and they come dump it. You have to weed through it. And that's what we've been doing for the last 2 years, is slowly amassing firewood. All of our split and processed firewood's all put away. I've got about 8 cord. We burn anywhere from 3 to 4 cords a season. And I know that may seem like a lot, yet our primary source of functional heat when the temperature is below probably 50 degrees, 45 degrees is wood. So I enjoy starting a fire in the evening and burning it all day. I love a fire. Hey, who likes fires out there? Put it in the comments below. Tell me if you like a good fire. At any rate, part of it is for me. Part of it is for its purpose. That being said, don't miss an opportunity right now to begin to prepare for this spring, to garden. If you have a chance to go buy a couple of tools, if you don't have any tools, go get them. Go get them. If there ever was a food emergency or food shortage and people did have to grow their own gardens on their balconies or their backyards or their patios, out of pots, out of raised beds, out of in-ground, tools are going to get wiped out. Tools are going to get wiped out. Make sure you have tools to work your garden. Make sure you purchase seeds, and purchase seeds that you'll eat. Sometimes you can go on Amazon, for instance. Amazon, Bezos has got it figured out. It's a trap, yet it's awesome in a lot of respects. So we'll just give it kudos. Buy seed, own some. Find things that you enjoy to eat and store those up. In this summer or this spring, try them out. Just try a couple. If you've never gardened before, try it. I think you'll really like it. Plants are super easy. They require food, water, light, and love. And if you love eating fresh vegetables that are inexpensive to free, that's why we raise a garden. This summer, it's going to be like printing money. Thousands of dollars could be saved, depending on the size of your family, just on vegetables. How cool is that? Stay confident. Think ahead. We'll go back to Hebrews 11:7. Noah, being warned by God of things unseen, moved with fear and prepared an ark for the saving of his family. Let's ensure that we prepare our own ark for the saving of our family. Why was Noah so unique? Well, Noah had quite a responsibility. It wasn't just his family and the wives of his sons. It was also for purpose. The animals in the form of 2x2. And there may be folks out there that think that's a bunch of hogwoolly. Here's what I know. We'll find out in glory what exactly happened. And if we can just take that verse and prepare an ark for the saving of our family, start now. Don't wait. Put away items that your family enjoys to eat. Put away items that will improve your family's overall survivability, like water, fresh water. I gotta say this. Sometimes I've talked to people about this, about the importance of food and water and being prepared, not out of fear, rather out of excitement that we have opportunity right now, and we've got an abundance of resources today. And even with prices really high, it's still inexpensive in comparison of what it'll be if something really does happen. Carve out a small amount. Sell some things in your home that you do not require. And stand up and start thinking about it. So heads of household. So I'm talking about, well, I'm just going to say I'm talking to the men in the family. And women, I'm not downplaying your role and your significance. And your husband or husbands out there, fathers or those that are protectors and providers over people, wake up. You are held responsible. If something happens, they're not going to point the finger at your significant other. They're going to point it at you. So what are you doing to provide and protect for the future of your family? We're going to be talking about different preps and different things that we can work on throughout the year. And just know, this is about you, your family, your protection, your provision. Don't miss an opportunity. We don't know how much time we have. It could be years, it could be months, it could be weeks or days. We don't know what's going to happen with the situation with Russia, the Ukraine, the involvement of NATO and the United States. We don't know. We don't know what's going on with China and Taiwan. We don't know. And if we look back historically, we know that nefarious actors are part of our world at all times and at all seasons of our cultures. They're coming for us one way or another. They're looking to marginalize our lives. Insure yourself. You carry car insurance? Yes. You carry homeowners insurance? Yes. Health insurance? Yes. Most of us should have life insurance. Yes. Why not food insurance? Homeowners insurance and no food insurance? So, in my opinion, I desire to be a prudent man that foreseeth evil and hideth himself. And if you are seeing evil out there, God, put that in the comments. What's the most evil thing that you see in our world right now? It may be simple, yet there's some darkness that's happening. That being said, take this opportunity, prepare for your family, take joy, take gratitude, take a humble heart and a heart that's meek. Meekness doesn't mean weakness. Meekness is humbleness. It's coming with the expectation to be honorable in all that you do. Let's be honorable. Let's be meek families. Let's be meek men. Let's be meek women. Let's humble ourselves. Let's pray. Let's talk to the Lord. King David was like this. And seek his face. And be encouraged. Even if you don't prep, that's up to you. Isn't it great that we have a choice? And we're given a choice. Prepare for your family. It will bless you. It will not harm you. It will bless you. Be encouraged. The Shielded Prepper is out. Have a great day, guys.